Okay, folks, you're gonna hear a lot of background noise here. Sorry about that. But I did say I would give my feedback about the. I'm hearing a lot of background noise about today. Okay, so I liked the way the track worked at the beginning. We need to take something into consideration. Number one, the drums absolutely must play along, except like in the case of this song. Oh, and also forgive my very low-tech screen capture over here. There's some technical reasons I wasn't able to do it directly from that computer. But oh Lord help me. But okay. Where was I? The drums playing over. So we know that in this song there's two parts where it doesn't play over. Right there, right? Then here, I would expect the drums to play there. I would have expected. This is for future reference also. I would expect the drums there. Right there, the drums should be playing. So why is that? The reason is, if you listen to the video I posted in the. I'm sorry, I'm looking over here. This is the microphone, and that's the camera. So if you listen to the video, I don't know what's a video. If you listen to the video I posted for today, you'll notice. Maybe you'll notice. I noticed it. There is a massive disparity between how he programmed the rhythm sound and how the live drum sounded. On Facebook, it seemed to be less noticeable because there were mics on the drums and they were able to capture that. But live, there is a massive difference. So if the drums aren't playing along and then we just transition hard when the audio finishes, it just sounds really bad. Thank you, Mia. And then we start right there. I mean, it's just you're falling off a cliff. So drums need to be playing along with that, so there's a smooth transition from one sound to another. So I ask that you trust my judgment on this. You'll see how it works out. Another thing, it would have really helped if we had additional percussion, or what do I mean by additional percussion? Like a shaker or something doing 16th, because the drums are doing, again, this is right now focusing on drums. The drums were doing an 8th. We're playing on 8th notes, and the guitar was playing on 16th. So when the guitar dropped out, we were missing the feel of the 16ths. And so what do I mean by that? The drums, guitar, specifically acoustic guitar, can supply the percussive element where drums don't need to. Drums could lay back, and acoustic guitar can supply that, you know. Where are we? I know that sound. It's giving us 16ths, which the drums don't need to do that. Right, Rachel, the flash. So while the drums are doing this, 1, 2, 3, doing the 8ths, the acoustic guitar would be much different, massive difference there. So we didn't have that. The guitar dropped out, and so there was that difference in the feel, a big difference in feel. Gotta figure. I don't have an answer for that right now. My son doesn't play like that, so I don't have an answer for that right now. If any of you all play acoustic guitar, now's the time to step up. And I can hear Mia in the background. Okay, so that out of the way.
You can't see over here.
What else? Obviously, the actual sounds themselves. So, thank you, Mia. The actual sounds themselves. In Facebook, it didn't sound as bad as it did live. I'm talking about the keyboard. What I heard live from my monitor, the keyboard sounded very what we call muddy. You just have to listen to it. You have to listen to it. And Facebook, for some reason, did not. I think one of the reasons is on Facebook, I actually didn't hear the keyboard. I only heard the laptop. And if the keyboard would have been factored in on Facebook, you would have heard. What I had coming from the keyboard was the bass and the strings and an electric piano. And so I think if we would have heard that on Facebook, it would have also sounded very dense and cluttered and muddy. So that's something I have to work on, because I need to produce both the bass from the keyboard, so I need the lows, and I need to produce other instruments that should not interfere, so I may have to do some additional routing there and EQing and things. So I noticed that. Also, my goodness, a live bass would have sounded so much better than the keyboard bass. I mean, the slaps and pops, bam, bam. I mean, we do those sounds. We do those sounds just with our mouths. It's called onomatopoeia, right? Like the dog bark, the cow mood, and all that. It's onomatopoeia. Look it up if you don't remember junior high school grammar. So listen to this. Right there, you heard that. Bow. I wish we had a live bass player. Okay, so we need new musicians. We need more musicians. I can't produce all these sounds on my own. I'm trying to do 16 things at once. It's very, very difficult. Same thing with the new song we did. There were motifs in there. I forget what the name of the new song was. There were motifs in there that I would like to do. Dun, 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 bum, 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 bum. And if I'm doing that, then I'm not doing the chords, and so that's something else we have to figure out. I only have those limitations there. So what I want everyone is to provide feedback. Don't throw me under the bus too hard. I'm on the hook for a lot of these things. But constructive feedback with ideally with solutions, practical solutions, not like we hired Jimi Hendrix. That'd be morbid, wouldn't it? But you get my point. You get my point. So I think we're going in the right direction. I want us to grow. I want us to progress. I don't want to keep doing the same thing we were doing 20 years ago in terms of our effort, in terms of what we're producing. I don't. We can do more, and we have to do more. And I'm dedicating time so that we can do other things. So please, by all means, let me know. Chime in and be merciful in your comments. And it looks like my wife needs help. See ya.